a dynamic church. I really do. When you walk in the door in the back, there's at least 10, 20 people who come up and say hi to you, shake your hand, and make you feel welcome. That is a fact. This church does that. It's a very friendly and dynamic church. There's an example. A few years ago, I was reading a book, and in this book, the pastor who wrote the book was talking about when he realized there was something exciting going on in his church. He said, I used to get to church really early, and my office, the window opened up to the parking lot. And he said, often I would keep the shades closed so I wouldn't be distracted. But he said, this Sunday, I decided to open up the blinds a little bit, so I could see out. A little light would come in. And he said, I opened up my blinds. And he said, I always got there early, an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours early, just to get the mind of the Lord, to pray, go over my message, to make sure I had direction from him. He said, I opened the blinds about an hour or so before church. And he said, the parking lot was almost full. And he said, I thought, what in the world is going on? And he said people were driving in, they were getting out of their car, and they were rushing to get into the building. And he said, I noticed it wasn't just the band who was going to be there early to do Christ Our Saved. The second and other similar verse says, go into all the world and make disciples, teaching them everything that I have commanded you.
That's right.
Okay? We evangelize and we disciple.
Mm-hmm.
When people get saved, it's our responsibility as a church to help them grow in the Word of God and become mature Christians. Jesus gave us both of those responsibilities. Not one or the other, it's both. We have to evangelize and tell people about Jesus' salvation. When they become a Christian, we have to disciple them, teaching them everything that Jesus commanded us to do. They need to learn and they need to grow. So a healthy church is a church that is in the Word, okay? On an individual basis, at home, when you come to church, the pastor, whoever's speaking, is going to give you the Word of God. Make an effort to hide the Word in your heart. David said, your word have I hidden in my heart so that I won't sin against you, God. I want your word. I want to know what you want so I can be obedient unto you and to your word. But you're not going to know if